It's time for your Sandusky Speedway weekly race recap show. Your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Duck.
So happy. Welcome.
How y'all doing tonight? First off, I want to thank our veterans out there. Thought you guys we wouldn't be able to do shows like this and have all the freedoms that we have. They're being restricted, but we have them. Want to thank our military serving overseas and homeland, protecting what freedoms we have. Want to thank our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, tow truck drivers. I want to thank all you guys. Well, Doug,
Yes, Chris.
here we go. All right. Not too great of news coming out tonight. One situation we have is the grounds at the track is terrible. I mean, we had a pretty cold winter, a lot of frost in the ground. If you drive out there now, just going up the driveway, you're sinking in 2-3 inches. You get off the driveways, you're done. There's a lot of water laying out, and out in the fields, there's water still laying there. Supposed to get hit Friday, Saturday with more rain. It doesn't look good. You pull off into pits, into the grass, you sink in. On top of that, there's an electrical issue right now up in the tower, down below a little bit, and it's affecting what our transponder system is. We don't know exactly. We could get the parts next week. We could get them in a month. We're in the same boat as everybody else with any kind of parts right now, auto parts, everything. With all that being said, and it really not being a points race, Doug, the spring cavalcade right now be postponed, most likely canceled. I'm going to say postponed, but canceled. April 9th and 10th, we're going to pull the plug now, Doug. We're not going to attempt to run it. I think Kevin had talks today, a little bit ago, actually, and to wait another week or two puts us a week or two out from the race, and there's a lot of people traveling in with this. It's just not fair. We're going to go ahead and call it now. Now, on the flip side of all this, the UMP late models, and John, you guys in dirt trucks and the Oakshade cars, we'll be visiting. We'll talk. I got to talk to some people. We're looking at moving that to the fall cavalcade, Doug, because we don't really want to get rid of that. The only time that makes sense, though, with the UMP late model guys and these dirt guys is, moving it to the fall cavalcade when it's away from their seasons and stuff. And it would have been a UMP late model points race, but that's not fair to them guys either to wait a week out, week and a half, 2 weeks out, and then say we ain't doing it. People are making plans, so unfortunately, that's not going to happen, Doug. So, yeah, there you go. Look at you. Better keep working on that car instead of them Bud Lights, Rich. But
William says he can help with any construction or electrical if you need it.
unfortunately,
it's kind of electrical, but it's more, I think, electronic than it is
waiting on the parts and stuff. We don't know. As far as that stuff goes, it's just like you guys in your cars. I mean, let's face it. Let's just get off topic for a second, Doug. The world's screwed up right now. We all know it. And if you don't know it, I don't know. if you don't know it, I don't know how you're watching us, because you can't go on a computer, you can't go on your phone or anything without knowing that the world's screwed up right now. And you know, parts, getting stuff is you know, getting parts, anything right now, not just auto parts. I mean, any kind of stuff right now. You don't know if you could get it in 3 days, you could get it in 3 months. A lot of stuff, you know, you call people in and they say it's on back order, you can't, you know, delivery. So, you know, it's just an issue of, we're not going to take a chance. We don't think it's fair. Plus, I'll be honest with you, like Cal said, what a kid read there, when she's wet, she's wet. And that didn't sound good, but when the grass is wet, the grass is wet, and the ground's wet, it's wet. And anybody that's been in the construction world knows that, you know, we had 12 inches or more of frost going to ground. And just because, you know, it's thawing out and it's been nice, the frost isn't all the way out of the ground, Doug. And when it comes out of the ground, it's going to get even more wet, you know. And so that's that. Unfortunately, April 9th and 10th is canceled. I don't want to even say it's postponed, because there's no other time we can fit that in. Like I say, we'll be looking at the UMP late models and Fremont trucks and the Oak Shade. What do they call them now? Dominator Super Stocks. The Oak Shade Dominator Super Stocks.
Yeah.
We'll be looking at them. We'll talk to the appropriate people, and we'll look at the fall cavalcade with that. That's the only time it's going to make sense. And you know what? The other thing, we ran Fremont trucks and the Oak Shade cars.
Right.
Didn't we run them Thursday night at High Miler?
I don't recall that.
I can't remember when maybe it was cavalcade this year. But so that's that. Moving forward, then our season opener will be April 30th.
Is that on Saturday?
It's on a Saturday, yeah. Right? Yeah, April 30th. So we'll continue to go every 2 weeks on this. One other issue I'll address on here, because it's out in the open. What I miss?
It's on another podcast.
Wow. That one was evidently a little more important.
Right. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. You got the memo about an hour ago. Yeah, there's tire situations. Tires, and you know, this is no shock. We went through it last year, Doug. We went through the tire situation last year. It's moving into this year. Prices going up. As far as the pure stocks go, North Coast Stock Series, I got to start calling them that. We renamed them. Yes, we're looking at a tire. Yes, we're going to test the tire. When we're going to test that tire is between the people that I've talked to, and I'll disperse that information after the test. It's not an open test. Not everybody can come. It's going to be a closed test. Yes, we are looking at a tire, cheaper in price for now. You know, Kevin's got to still talk to American Racer a little bit, see what's going on. I don't even think we got the official price list from American Racer, but I can tell you guys this: don't be shell shocked. That tire price is going up off the chart, along with everything else. You know, and you know, so we're looking at something. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we tried. We'll keep looking at different options. But I have a lot of people in the North Coast Stock Series, pure stocks, messaging me, when's the tire test, when's this. I'll let you know after we're done what come out of that tire test. And I'm not being a so-called asshole about it, Doug. It's just that I've been through so many tire tests in my life that you know, you start getting 15, 20 people there, and then you get 15, 20 opinions, and you know, something happens, or I look at something, we're looking at something, you got 15 different views of what happened with that tire. You know what I mean? And that's not the case. At the end of the day, Sandusky Speedway will make that decision whether that tire might be good or not. So I can't tell you that it will be a pretty big savings if we can make this work. And that's the only reason I'm bringing it up is because, that word's out and going around, and I just figured I'd address it on here. So one thing we are looking for, we're looking for help. We're looking for gate people. We're also looking for a score to take the place of Doug.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be there for a couple weeks, and then he's Doug's got a 3-hour drive one way to come up here, and
$140 in gas.
Yeah, and he's
each way.
He's getting old, and
so that food stamp isn't going that far.
Yeah, right. Food stamp, but anyways, we're looking for a scorer now. Somebody that's got to be dedicated to be there every week. You got to be thick-skinned.
Yeah, I'll fill in the rest. Be able to like just close this ear so you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to anything that goes on this side.
Yeah. But
and when it's all bad, just sit back and that'll get his attention.
Yeah, just sit back like that. He'll
be like, whoa, what?
What's the problem now? But we are looking for a score, and you got to have some computer knowledge, quite a bit of computer knowledge, actually. I couldn't tell you the slightest thing about it. Doug will go through all that, but if you're interested, you think it's something that you might want to do, just remember this. It's dedication, where you got to be there. You got to be there when the gates open, and you're normally one of the last ones out of the tower. And don't, if you're half-ass interested, I mean, it's not a spot for you, I guess is what I'm saying. If you want to do this, we'll more than work with you and everything, but it's not one of them deals where you you decide at noon on Saturday, well, I'm going to the family picnic, and let us know, because it's hard to fill that spot. Not everybody can just jump into that spot. We got different people we shuffle around in the pit, safety crew, different areas, but that's a spot that it's dedicated. So
I couldn't call Uber because they're just adding surcharges now.
What's not it? What are they saying is not it?
Meaning not it, you're it, not it. Playing tag. Nope, I'm not it.
Whatever. We got tag going on. I can't read half stuff over there. I ain't got my glass on.
I'm thinking they don't want to score.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Jared don't want to score. I'm not even going to get into that story, Jared. But other than that, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about. Like I say, we'd love to run April 9th and 10th, but under the weather, we got more rain coming in Friday and Saturday. The ground's saturated now. There's still about, if I had to guess, at least 6 inches still in the ground of frost. If you drive back, the field to the west of us is third full of water. I mean, that tells you something. We got water laying, and I'm not interested in coming there and people getting stuck and getting pissed off. And plus, like I say, we have the electrical problem up tower that's going to affect the transponder system down in. Got to wait on parts. Like I say, them parts could come in a week. They could come in a month. We're in the same boat as everybody else, where, they tell you, well, they'll be delivered Thursday at 10 o'clock.
Right.
And they didn't say which Thursday.
Right.
They said Thursday.
Right.
So,
remind you of that too. No, Jesse, you can't, the score does not DQ cars.
No, the score does not DQ cars.
Hashtag is Sandusky Speedway, and you can win yourself a pizza. Chris says that you guys don't read the scroller, so for those of you who did add Sandusky Speedway, thank you. For those who didn't read it, Sandusky Speedway.
Maybe it's because I can't read it. We want to thank Dean Henry, Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio. Excellent food. If you're around Clyde, Ohio, make sure you stop Big D's, support it. He doesn't only give pizzas out here on this show, he does it on our other show me and Doug have, and Scott Hammer with Hammer Down the Racing Report. He's just a big supporter in the racing community. I mean, he's a great guy, great food. Clyde, Ohio. Support your local businesses. I go off on that. You got to support your local businesses. These are some tough times. And one thing you need to remember is our governor left $100 million on the line that state of Ohio's losing back in COVID relief funds. That Ohio's got to give $100 million back. Guys like Dean Henry, small business like that aren't franchise businesses, they could have used some of that. Some of these businesses closed down that could have used some of that money. And it don't make sense that we left $100 million on the table. If every citizen in Ohio got a check out of that $100 million, you each would have got $9,000. Remember that now next time. So thanks, Dean. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, like I say, I wanted the racing season to kick off just like the rest of everybody, but it's going to kick off April 30th now.
Well, I have a question.
What's the question?
Beginner stocks.
Beginner stocks. We changed the rules on that.
Did you?
Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, you're just so dead set against that. I don't know why, but
now I'm all about it.
Yeah. Used to be, what age was it? 11 or 12?
Well, they would come out and test it if they could handle.
Up to 18, and then he had to move up to Renegades. Right. We changed that around this year.
This coming year?
This coming 2022. Okay. Where we've had people call, like, 40, 50-year-olds, 30-year-olds, women and men,
grandpas,
Lord forbid I leave that group out. But grandpa, whatever, and it will read now. If you're over 18, you can run if you have no experience at all in driving.
And driving.
And driving a race car, Doug.
Oh, okay.
And first time ever, you can run the beginner stock starting this year. You're only allowed, if you're 18 or over, though, you're only allowed 1 year, and then you got to go up. That's that. But there's a lot of people, 30s, 40s, 50s. A lot of people raise their kids, couldn't afford maybe to go racing and hit 40s, 50s, like me, and decide they might want to do that. So, you can go ahead and race.
There's our first elder.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I've seen you race. It looked like it. But so we changed that rule around. There's really no age limit. Just if you're over 18, you're only allowed 1 year in the series, and you got to go up.
You're booted.
Yep, you're done, Dean. See you in 3 days.
I just seen that too.
But other than that, like I say, not much to talk about. Unfortunately, it wasn't good news tonight. Sometimes that happens out of our control. We're wanting to start just like everybody else. Guys, getting your cars done. You need any print on your cars, vinyl on your cars, get a hold of Sandusky Speedway Graphics, any signs, anything, actually. 419-625-4084. Get a hold of Brittany and them in there, and we'll get you taken care of. They're getting pretty busy right now, Doug. It's that time of year. So, I mean, a lot of vinyl going out. Other than that, let's draw a pizza.
You want to answer that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you've never drove. That's the key thing. Driving. There's a lot of guys worked on cars and stuff, never drove in their life, and now I will tell you, if you go out there and you're
So there's a catch
smoking,
to this.
if you're 35, been a crew chief and everything, but never drove, I'm pretty sure, Kevin, if you're a crew chief or been around it for years, there's a time or two you might have went out on that track in a practice or something, but and you start smoking the field and you show signs of
renegadism.
not a beginner stock, you will be, has to move up. And the way the rules are set with the beginner stocks and renegades, we kind of changed them around the beginning of last year to where, they're pretty much same car, and the difference is, our renegade class, I just, it's fast. Some guys going just fast, sometimes faster, and I think they'll be a little faster than what our peer stocks are right now. Yeah, Matt. We seen your one night in the front wheel drive. You went out there one night. Remember that? Matt went out and raced one of the Kevin's cars one night. He thought he's going fast, and all of a sudden, here comes the rest of. Let me back in my modified. Jimmy, how you doing? Holy crap! There's a name from the past. So, other than that, guys, let's draw a pizza. Hashtag Sandusky Speedway. Give you a minute to get in.
I kind of was going to talk to Chris after the show about that.
Well, here's the thing. I understand how that rule is, but in our beginner stocks, you could have 5 cars, you could have 8 cars, 9 cars, and win a couple features, and to make that person go up. I'm telling you, the Renegade class that we have, front wheel drive class that we have, Sandusky, is bar none some of the best racing around, and I mean, fast racing. I mean, these guys are down in the 20s, and they were in the high 20s, and I expect them with some of the changes that we put in place on the cages and that I didn't want to do, but for safety reasons, basically allowed it just for no other matter than safety. I expect to see them guys down around 26s in that area, and to make a person that you come out and you run 4 races and win 2 of them, and let's say beginning of the year and there's only 5-6 cars, you're moving up and you might be running 21 4s, 21 6s. Then just like I said with Matt joking, you go out there and you think you're flying and here they come. So, and the last thing we want to see, especially, it's not so much with people over 18. It's these kids starting out, Jimmy, with the 12, 13, 14-year-olds. Last thing you want to put them up in something like that, and they're getting their ass handed to them every week. It quits being fun for them, so we don't want to get into that, but
we don't want to do participation trophies.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, right. We don't believe in that, What would Ricky Bobby say? If you don't win, you're last or something.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, if you're not first, you're last. So, all right. Here we go with the pizza.
Ready. 19 of you are in. And here we go. Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio.
Clyde, Ohio. Dean Henry. John Young.
John Young.
He'll probably he's over in that. John Zerner, I finally won at Sandusky and didn't break. I'm just kidding, John. He's had some bad luck last couple times, I think. But all right, people, we appreciate you guys coming on and watching us. We'll go every 2 weeks, as long as my work schedule
allows,
you know. If I'm running late coming home, we'll push it off. But once we get a couple weeks out, mid-April, we'll start going back to every week and start doing some more giveaways and stuff. I mean, if you want, we'll raffle off some muddy water laying out in the parking lot. If anybody's
or some electric.
Yeah, or
electric parts.
We'll raffle off some electric parts. Don't worry about the dark marks on them that look black.
Yeah, it'll be extra parts that we have.
Yeah, extra parts. So yeah, once in a while, Cal. But other than that, all I like to say, people, is not, this isn't our political show. It's the Speedway show. But please register to vote and vote. Midterms are coming up. It got pushed back to June in Ohio. Please vote. Our future is determined on how you vote. So please vote. And let me tell you what, racing's been under attack before a few years back, and I got a feeling it's under attack again. But here nor there, we've beat it all before, and we'll beat it again. So other than that, anything else, Doug?
Get your transponder.
Oh, yeah, good thing you said that. Kevin would be calling me. You didn't tell. Transponders, guys, you can find them online. We only have so many. We're not purchasing anymore. Most of you guys got them. I suggest the hardwired ones. You get them for what, 160, 180 bucks.
Right.
Now I'm gonna get messages, it's 160 bucks. But if I told you guys I got a trade secret that's legal, and come to my house and I'll shave 3/10 off your time, but it's $1,000 in cash, I'd have a line out to the street at my house. So by the time you rent a transponder, $10 a night, by the year's end, you could have paid for your hardware. Yeah, you could have paid for your transponder that you bought. So, and that stays with you. And then in my race pass, most people are, most tracks are in my race pass. So when you go, if you go to another track or anything, they punch your name in, transponder number, boom, all comes up. So, I mean, I'm either camping. I thought I seen Kevin and Brittany on here. I believe there's only 28 spots left for High Miler weekend this year.
Wow. And so it's March.
Yeah, and it's March. It was 28 spots, I believe Kevin said, was left. Pit pads, there's a few left. If you're interested in High Miler camping, there's a link to our website, SanduskySpeedway.com. Or click on the tab there and fill out stuff, send it in. Same with the pit pad, or call the office, 419-625-4084. Get a hold of Brittany or Kevin, and they'll take care of you. But I tell you what, Doug, once, the end of April, May comes around, them 28 spots ain't going to be there long.
Right.
They will go. And unfortunately, when, our sites are out, we're out, so might want to, if you're thinking about doing it, might want to reserve a spot now. Get hold of the track office. And that's that. It's a show.
That's it. That's a wrap.
So thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry about the bad news. Nothing we can do out of our hands. See you in 2 weeks. God bless you all, and God bless America. Thank you.
See ya.